joining me today. Okay, so let's start with our roll down. So placing your feet down on the mat, standing up as tall as you can. We want to feel like we've got length, a big string pulling up through the middle of our head, and the opposite way down into the floor. We're going to roll down, letting those arms hang. Nice big breath in at the floor, rolling up. Restacking those bones. Breath in. Down we go again. Restacking. And your last one. Arms out to the side. Let's move through our side bends. And seeing how you're going today. Checking in with your body, how you feel, whether you're feeling sore or tight. Reaching a little bit further with each one. And today we're going to use the magic circle and some hand weights, but they're all optional. You know what to do if you need to grab whatever you've got lying around the house. And we'll do one more each side. And into rotation, so turning the palms to face the ceiling, just bending those knees. Let's go for a double twist. And the other side. Keeping everything from the waist down nice and still, knees straight out over your toes. Shoulders away from the ears. A little bit warmer this morning, which is nice. Already feel the moisture in the air, the difference. Crazy, hey? Last one each side. And then we're going to take our arms down, give the shoulders a bit of a roll, floating our arms back out to the side, sliding our foot out. We're going to take a little bit of a tilt here, and then we're just going to move this top leg around. That's it. So staying on a bit of a tilt, maybe looking down through your middle finger when you're not looking at your computer or phone or whatever it is. So we're maintaining a tilt. If you need to, you can come up a little bit more upright, which might help with balance. Let's move into some circles. Let's make them quite big, but not so big that we can't keep the pelvis under control. And nearly lost it there, back the other way. Good. And let's pause here. So we'll try and keep this leg off the floor as best we can. We're just going to take our hands in front of us for something to do. We're going to step behind us, lowering our knee almost to the ground, and then pull it, all the way up. So we're going to lower it down into a lunge and then pull all the way back up. Lower behind, down to a lunge, and pulling it up. So it's nice and controlled and smooth. Seeing if we can keep our balance on this supporting leg. Pull it up. 2 more times. And last one. Both feet down. Give your leg a bit of a shake out. And we're going to do all that to the other side. So let's take our arms out wide. Extend your leg, find your tilt. When you're ready, let's get into it. Just straight leg lifts. And moving into some circles. Ooh, nice and big as we can manage. And we'll go back the other way. That's it. And pausing here, let's try and keep our balance as we prepare for our reverse lunges. So you're going to take your foot back, lowering the knee towards the mat, pull it all the way up. Take it back, lower it down, pull it all the way up. Take it back, lower down, pull it up. That's it. We want this front knee to stay over the front toes, not to wobble in or out. 2 and 1, and we're all done. Let's give our leg a little bit of a shake. Let's do a quick calf stretch. So you're just going to step one foot back like so. You're going to lean forward into it, just pressing that heel down at the back there. Up to you, however you want to wriggle around to find that stretch. You can bend and stretch until you find it. Other side. Step it back and then just lean into it. Wriggle around till you get the right sensation. And we are going to come down to the mat. All right, so we're going to start with the circle. So if you have something else to use apart from a circle, go for it. You could just hold a strap out in front. We're not squeezing it just yet, but we will get into some squeezing later. So of course the squeezing part, you could squeeze a towel or a cushion, and then you could hold anything that's not too heavy in your hands here. So I'm going to take my feet out in front, circle straight out. I'm going to slide those shoulders down towards my back pockets and lift up nice and tall with my spine, taking the arms up as I breathe in and forward as I breathe out. Taking them up and forward. And as you take the arms up, think about your spine growing longer and longer without your shoulders elevating. Up and forward. Up and forward. That's it. Up. So we're just kind of warming ourselves up. Don't worry, I've got something a little bit more complicated in store for you, that's for sure. Forward, up, and we'll hold here. So you're going to keep those shoulders sliding down as we twist towards the front. Back through center, grow even taller as you twist towards the back. Back to center and twist to the front. And then twisting to the back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. That was the last one. Now we're going to roll back slightly, or not roll back, but rather create a C curve as we bring the circle forward here. So my shoulders still on top of my sit bones, and then growing my spine nice and long. So round that back as the circle comes forward. Extend and sit up nice and tall as it goes up. Exhale, round. Inhale, sitting tall. So I'm actually not rolling back just yet. Just a C curve. Tucking the pelvis, rounding the spine. Good. And this is the last one. So we're starting to build a little bit of body heat. We're going to roll back down. So we're onto our sacrum now. We're off our sit bones, but we're not quite as low that the lower back is touching the ground, because it's definitely not here. We're going to lift the circle up and tap towards the floor here. Lift it up over the knees and tap it on the other side. So small arc up and over the legs, twisting through your waist, keeping everything very much within your control. Those of you with lower back pain, you might just want to come up a little bit higher. So managing your own niggles, certainly understanding the difference between good and bad pain, which I'm sure you all do. Good pain is warmth and burning. Bad pain is stabbing, ripping. We don't want that. Okay. Hopefully starting to build this body heat now. Let's stay on this incline if we can and take the arms up and bring them forward. So bit by bit, we're just getting a little bit more tricky, more challenging. My back is certainly rounded. I'm not trying to lean back with a straight spine. Pulling especially my lower tummy in nice and close to my spine. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's roll down really slowly. We'll leave the legs as they are and we'll end up on the ground here, straightening out those legs, and we're in a roll-up situation. So what we've been doing is kind of prepped us for our roll-up, and remember, of course, you don't have to go all the way up if you don't feel like it today, but I think we're going to be okay. So we're going to roll super slow like this, rounding the spine. Then we're going to continue to reach over our toes, but keeping the back nice and round. So I'm not trying to flatten out just yet. And here's my cat to say hi to everyone this morning. Hello, Beastie. We're rolling down all the way to the floor. Peeling yourselves up nice and slow. And reaching over the toes, but pulling back with the belly button. Seeing how far we can go, but still keeping space between your chest and your thighs. And rolling down. He's like, do I look good? Oh man, I look good. Get over here and see how good I look. Oh my gosh, so funny. Cats are strange. This is the last one. Reaching over and rolling down. Very nice. Starting to pull those legs in now, lifting them into tabletop. We're going to continue with the oblique focus from before. So we're going to lift up and take our arms in our circle to one side. We're going to stay lifted through center, but the circle will go behind us so that our arms have just disappeared. And then we take the circle to the other side. Everything from the waist down we're trying to keep stable, but it's a little bit harder with the chest lifted like this. Squeeze the knees and the feet lifted. That's it. Keep that chin knotted. Take the circle behind and to the other side. Squeeze those knees. And I think we're going to do 2 more to each side, flattening out your tummy. Squeeze the knees together so they don't glide past each other. And this can be the last one. And we'll head all the way down to the floor. I'm just going to bring the circle across my chest like so. I'm not going to lower my elbows to the floor. If your object doesn't squeeze, don't worry about this part. You can just pop your hands behind your head if you like. So we're going to lift up. I'm going to squeeze the circle and extend the legs and breathe in as I lower. So if you're just doing the lower half of the body, hands would be behind the head like that. Lift up, squeeze, pull it in and lower. Lift up, squeeze, pull it in and lower. So we're going to do 4, 3, keeping those collarbones far apart from each other. 2 and 1. Good. We're going to lower the legs one at a time down to the floor and take your strap / circle / pillow, whatever you've got there, up to the roof. Let's do a few tilts forward and back here just to forget about our abs for a little bit. And then we're going to continue to roll all the way up. So you're pressing those lower vertebrae especially into the mat first, and then you're rolling up, keeping the glutes tightly squeezed here as we roll back down. Keep them squeezed until we release back to neutral. Nice and smooth. We haven't got our hands on the floor for support, so concentrating on everything else. And how about we do 3 more of these, 1 vertebra at a time. Last 1. Holding at the top here. So if you need to, you can lower your elbows down to the mat for some support. Otherwise, we'll try and keep the arms up and lifting 1 leg at a time, maybe touching it to the bottom of the circle. You can play around in space where that circle needs to be and see how much you need to bring your leg in to meet it. Sit nice and smooth, not letting our pelvis get any closer to the floor. Nice. Really starting to feel our hammies and glutes. And then let's take the feet down, rolling down to the mat. We're going to slide our legs all the way out, the circle behind us, this time some around the world. So we're going to roll up the front side, the side closest to the camera of our spine. Keep the heels down as we roll up, reaching over the top of the toes. And we're going to roll down the back side of our spine, all the way around. Remembering if you have a sore back, maybe you just want to come to here. Don't feel like you have to do the full roll up if you're not up for it today. Rolling down. Let's do 1 more and then we'll head back the reverse direction. All right, let's just reset up our bodies here and we'll head back the other way, starting with those ribs knitting towards each other, drawing down to your belly button. Okay, up the back side this time. Super smooth, try not to let those feet lift. Pull the tummy in like it's being pulled back behind you as you reach over those toes. And rolling down, sit. Over we go. And rolling down. Couple more. I think that's the 4th one. You know how it is. I don't always count perfectly every time. Too busy thinking about what's coming next. All right, you know what's coming next? More abs. So bring the legs in. Press that lower back into the floor, lifting the knees in. Actually, let's take the legs all the way up to the roof. Then we'll bring the circle forward. We're going to split the legs and lift through the middle. Then we'll head back down to the floor, zipping those legs back up. Split the legs, lift through the middle, and back to the mat. So try and lift your shoulder blades up off the mat here if you can. If you only get to there, that's totally fine. But if you've got the strength, if you think you can, lift a little bit higher than usual. Really flattening out the abs, well, yes, the abs, but the back into the floor. I think that my abs are on fire, so I think we might change now back to some hamstrings. So let's bend the knees, find the floor. All right. Similar exercise to what we were doing before. Remember, you can lower your elbows down to the mat if you want to. Okay, so let's do a single pelvic curl to get us up into position, and then we're going to take our back leg and straighten it up and join it to the circle. You're going to take it down, flex the foot and kick the circle. Take it down, flex, kick. So I want you to bring your leg to the circle, not the other way around. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Find the floor, reset, other side. Set up your bodies, down, kick, 5 times, 4, let's do 6, 5, it was 6 on the other side, 6, find the floor, even up your bridge, rolling down, nice work. So we're going to have a quick little stretch out, so you can either just grab onto your leg or use the towel or whatever you're holding there, and settling in just for a quick one, nothing too crazy. Check in with how you're feeling. Calming the body down. That was pretty challenging, 22 and a half minutes that we've just done. Let's move the leg around a little bit. You can really move it however you want, whatever you think you need today. Sometimes it's good just to see what it is that you need. Moving the foot around as well. And we're going to swap our legs over. That's it. Don't be afraid to keep moving. Or if you prefer, just holding a static stretch. Your body, your rules. I'm just here to make suggestions about what we're going to do today. Of course, you could do exactly what you want. Okay, so the next part is going to be a little bit of a balance challenge. I'll first demonstrate it using the circle, and then demonstrate how you can do it if you don't have one. And it's both basically the same. I'll just do both ways. So legs, if you've got the circle, legs in there. You can also hold a towel. That works. So we're going to start to roll up, and I'm definitely pressing my feet into the circle here, and I'm going to try and sit up nice and tall, finding this balance point. And then I'm going to roll down with control, nice and slow, all the way back down. So without the circle, you're going to take your legs a little bit wider, and maybe you're holding down closer to your knees. It just depends your level of flexibility. So it's a little bit harder, and we're going to sit up nice and tall here and rolling down. If you're really struggling, I would suggest grabbing a towel and wrapping it around your feet to make that a little bit easier. And of course, you can do it with your knees bent. I really like doing this exercise with the circle. The circle is so great for so many things. It's so evil and it's so good all at the same time. Rolling up, super controlled, sitting tall, rolling down. Let's do 2 more times. rolling down, and last one. Up and rolling down. Hooray! Back to our legs. We're going to go for some inner thigh squeezes. So grab your cushion or towel or something to pop between those thighs. Place the feet. The feet need to be narrower than wherever your knees are. So if you have a cushion, your knees are not going to be this wide, are they? They're going to be closer together. So your feet need to be more narrow than your knees are in order to get the good squeeze. If you've got your feet here, it's mostly just awkward and you get a lot of internal rotation in your hips. Whereas we want to try and start in external rotation and pull the knees towards each other. Get it set up. Okay, we're ready to go. So let's give it a good squeeze. And opening right up again. Small gap underneath that back. We want the neutral alignment. Squeeze. And release. We want that connection between the bottom of the pelvis, top of the ribs. We're drawing the ribs towards each other like they're knitting, like your fingers knit together. Imagine your ribs are extending and kind of sliding in between each other. We'll do 3, 2, and holding here. Hands behind the head. Chest lift. And lower. Chest lift. And lower. So we're holding some kind of a squeeze. Look, I'm not emotional about how hard you're squeezing there, as long as you've got something going on. Keep the pelvic floor on, lightly lifted. Keeping the collarbones nice and broad. Really starting to feel those inner thighs now. 5, 4, holding the squeeze. 3, 2, are we coping out there? I hope so. And 1, hold that squeeze, reach your hands towards the bottom of the mat, lift a bit higher. We're going to do some pulses here. If you need to release the squeeze, just have a little break, but then put it straight back on. Keep the chin nodded, tummy's down. Yes. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not counting how many we're doing, so it's not going to be 100, don't worry. And out, 2, we'll just do one more set. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Grab the circle, soles of the feet together. Just let those inner thighs recover for a little bit. Oh, wow. Good morning, adductors. We're not done with you yet, though. Let's place the circle between the ankles. Hold on to the backs of your legs while we get set up so it's not too crazy. And when we think we're okay, we're going to let the legs go and add a bit of a circle squeeze on here. So I'm going to bend the knees to tabletop, squeeze that circle, and straighten those legs. Bend, tummies are flat, remember, not doming up to the ceiling. And stretch, and we're holding the squeeze as we bring it down, and you can release the squeeze as you take it up. So squeeze as it comes down. Release as we extend. Squeeze and release. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And guess what? That's all. Place the circle down just out of the way. We're going to lower the legs, if you're okay with this, all the way to the mat. They're not coming back up. We'll go nice and slow. Bend the knees at any time. Save yourself if you need to. All the way to the mat. Just let those legs wobble around, and we're going to come up onto our side. So we've got a little bit still to fit into this 10 minutes, but that's all right. So up onto your knees, still using the circle. We've got the weights to use right at the end for a little bit of things, short series for our arms, but I want to get some side bends happening here. So we're going to tilt like so, and up and over. That's it. Grow the spine longer as we come back through vertical, and using our obliques to control the side tilts. Obliques control all of the side tilts, bending and twisting, plus lots of stabilizing. And over. And 2 more times. Tilt. And over. Last one. And then we'll swap our legs. And over. Good. Let's go straight into it. I'm going to go towards our leg first. And then we go away. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this. It's much harder than it looks, isn't it? Always surprised at how hard this is, because it looks nice. Last one. And then we're going to come down onto our hands and knees for just to get set up into our plank. So we take one leg back, drop down to your elbows if you feel like it, and then lifting straight up here. Nice, strong, flat plank. I'm going to be moving our bodies around a little bit here. So let's start with our arms. I'm going to tap my opposite shoulder and then place my hand down. Other shoulder, place my hand down. So if you're on your elbows, this part is not really going to work. So you can just hold your flat plank, or you can choose to move your legs around instead, maybe doing a leg lift and lower down, something like that. All right, so let's just hold here. We're going to go into our legs now. So lifting one leg up, pull it into the same wrist, take it back, pull it into the opposite wrist, take it back and lower it down. Other side. Lift it up, pull it into the same wrist, straighten it out, pull it into the opposite wrist, straighten it out and lower it down. One more time. Lift, same wrist, back, opposite wrist, extend and down. Other side. Lift, same wrist, back, opposite wrist, back, down, and relax. Give the wrists a bit of a roll. We'll do a quick back extension, and then we've got time for some arms at the end. So let's shimmy down onto our tummies, hands underneath the forehead, pubic bone into the mat, tummy to your spine. Whew, let's just get into it. You can leave your hands on the floor if you want, but today I'm going to leave my hands attached to my head as I lift everything up and lowering down. Breathing in, lift everything up, lowering down. Lift, lower, lift, and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the chest lifted, lower the legs, place the hands underneath your shoulders, and gently encourage your spine up into your Swan. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Good. Quickly sitting back onto those heels. Tuck the chin. Enjoy this stretch out. And then we're just going to face the front and do a quick arm series that we've certainly done many times before. I'm going to choose to sit on my knees. You can really sit however you like or stand up on your feet. Absolutely your choice. So arms out to the side. We've only got 3.5 minutes anyway, so it's not going to be really long or intense, but we can get a lot done in 3.5 minutes. So pull that tummy in, arms are reaching out to the side. We're going to take the arms down towards our sides and lifting them up. So it's nice, slow and controlled, and lifting up. When we were doing those Zoom live classes right at the beginning, and we were restricted to 40 minutes, so that's why I've got it in my head that, oh my gosh, we're running out of time. But I suppose it doesn't really matter if we go a bit over, does it? Just like to stick to some kind of schedule. It's good for my brain. I know many of you are racing off to work after this. 40 minutes is a good amount of time anyway, isn't it? I think. Get just enough done. 40 to 45, 30 to 45 is the best amount of time in my opinion. Okay, I'm rambling. Let's do small circles here. Feeling our delts doing some things back the other way. Watch those shoulders don't creep up around your ears. And last one, circle the arms. We're going up and out and up and out. Yes. Hello, shoulders. We've got to go back the other way just to satisfy my OCD. Bring them forward. Funny story, it's probably not that really funny, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. Just behind me, there's some PowerPoints on the wall. And yesterday, my nieces and nephews were in here, and it was chaos. And one of the PowerPoints is switched on, which is not a big deal, but to me, that's all I could see that whole class, one PowerPoint switched on. I'll fix it at the end, but I think I've done well to get this far without fixing it, without succumbing to my OCD. Last one. And the last exercise we're going to do before we finish is place the weights by our side like so. You're going to press them up, bring them down. Press them up, bring them down. Up and down. So really, you could be holding anything in your hands, as you know. You could just be following the arm movements. It's good for mobility. We're nearly done anyway. I did say this is the last exercise and I lied to you. I want to do triceps as well. 3, 2, and 1. Join the weights together. Take them behind. This will be the last exercise in the series. Inhale behind. Exhale, straighten them up. Inhale behind. Exhale, straighten. Good. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And bring the weights carefully down. We're all done. Let's step up onto our feet, however you feel like doing that today. Finishing with the roll downs. Standing tall, nice big breath in, and we'll roll down. Maybe not bending your knees as much as you normally need to. We've done a bit of hamstring stretches, so you should hopefully be feeling a little bit longer in those hammies. And And last one. Rolling up. And we're all done. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's really nice to see you all, please tell all your friends, and I will see you again soon. Okay, bye. Have a great day.